I want to talk about listening to each other. Um, because and being able to hear each other, because right now, obviously, we all know what the hell we're in. And when we are unwilling to hear other people or listen to them without having our own agenda on it, it completely disconnects us from each other. It also causes, like, when there's those people that are like on the top of buildings and shooting people. These are people who haven't been heard. These are people who have not been listened to. These are people who had no right to their feelings or were shamed for them, shut down, told to be quiet, be silent, too big, too much. That's too crazy. I don't want to hear any of this. Other people's intolerance to hear what other people are saying can tend to cause harm to people around them and the people that they are not hearing. So this is a huge topic. And if you don't have to be willing to hear somebody else, but then just own it. And in order to hear somebody else, I want to talk about what that looks like, because there's fighting each other and then there's listening to each other, and they're two different things. Fighting or convincing or whatevering each other is about, I need you to agree with me. I need you to agree with me. It's about little tiny ego consciousness that needs to be right, that needs to feel good about itself, that needs to feel that it's in control, and that needs to feel safe. And it's doing it through push, force, and manipulation. Hearing each other is about opening focus to a bigger way of being, opening focus to people that I don't understand where they're coming from. I can't know what's true for them. And I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to hear it, not because I need to quantify it, qualify it, judge it, or analyze the hell out of it, but because I want to learn something new about what the person in front of me has to offer, about what the person in front of me is experiencing. They're having a very different experience than I am, and I don't understand it. So I'm curious about that. I want to know. And what being able to do that kind of communication and listen to somebody and ask questions rather than listen to somebody, judge, condemn, and think I know better for them than they do, opens connection, opens vulnerability. But when I do the latter part of that, it shuts it down. It forces people to disconnect from each other. It forces people to withdraw their love, their connection, their anything. It forces them to go underground. Some people will feel ashamed. Some people will go silent. And then at some point, something explodes inside, and then violence ends up happening. So in order to really connect and listen to people, number one, get to the heart of the emotion of what it's about. Like if you're in an argument and you're trying to convince or push or tell this other person that they're wrong, it's like, pay attention. What are you feeling? Why are you pushing? Why are you arguing? Where are you triggered? What is it? Are you feared that they're going to die? Are you feared that they're going to leave? Are you afraid that if they don't see it your way, something bad is going to happen? Or you feel unsafe if they don't agree with you? What is the truth of what you're feeling? And then be willing to say it. When you say that, I feel scared. When you say that, I feel out of control. When you say that, I don't feel safe. I don't need a because. Don't because about it and go into story. Just tell the truth of how you feel. Oh. You're not making that person wrong, but you're owning your own feelings. And then, call the other person up to the possibility of being in relationship to you that way. What are they feeling? The other side of that might be, oh, wow, that's not what I meant at all, but how is it to feel that? What is it that makes you feel that way? Get curious about each other. Or, oh, I didn't, that wasn't my intention. I was sharing what I was sharing because I get, excited about it. I get passionate about it. I wasn't telling you what I expect you to do. I was talking about the truth of how I feel. That's like number 2. Listen to what they're saying. A lot of times we're already thinking about what we want to say back because we're in argument, instead of actually paying attention to what that person is saying, actually connecting with what it is they're trying to speak to, they're trying to share, they're trying to be vulnerable about. And then what the other part of what I'm hearing is, what did I hear them say? A lot of the times when we're in this like convincing back and forth stuff, this person said, like, I don't know, when I went outside in the sky, and looked at the sky the other day, the clouds looked really purple to me. Oh, they weren't, they weren't purple or whatever. They weren't, yeah, no. The sky wasn't purple. The sky wasn't purple. And it's like, well, I didn't say the sky was purple. I said I saw the clouds were purple. But because I was so quick to my reaction to argue about whatever it is, and I have to be ready to go, I'm not hearing what you're saying. I'm hearing either my biggest fears. I'm hearing something different, and I'm responding to what I heard, not what you said. And we miss each other in all these places. So, like, even before we get to how do we have compassion for people, how about we just start by listening to each other with open hearts, not our minds. Listen here, listen with this, listen to what does it feel like when they're sharing with me? What do I feel when they're sharing with me? Do I feel triggered? Do I feel open? Do I feel connected? Do I feel pushed away? What am I feeling? And connect in a way of noticing, oh, I'm feeling this when you're sharing that with me. Oh, it lets you connect better, stronger. It's a more diverse way of connecting. It's a more open, honest, vulnerable way of connecting. And vulnerable doesn't mean weakness, by the way. I actually have more power in my vulnerability if I'm willing to hear what you have to say and I let you know how it affects me, how I'm feeling you, how I'm connecting, where we're missing each other, where we're not connecting, where I am connecting deeply, what my capacity is for connection. Like, let's have the deeper conversations that are here, rather than these bullshit conversations that are here about ideas and concepts of what's right and wrong and blah, 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 blah. Fuck that shit. How the hell do I feel when you're speaking to me, when you're trying to connect to me? That's how we can start to hear each other. Have a great day.